Welcome to Arcade Audio.
Welcome to Dilettante Ball. I'm Johnny.
I'm Spencer.
Here on Dilettante Ball, we go on Wikipedia.
We click random article.
And we talk about it.
Yeah, we do.
Two things up top.
Oh, okay.
One, a little show plug.
Yeah.
I'm not just an improviser. I am a doctor. Hair club for men. We're going to be doing a run at the Annoyance Theater in Chicago with our team Houndstooth, which is us and then Patrick Bodenhausen.
Mm-hmm. Network of from network.
Oh yeah, he's on Humanoid Resources.
He's on Humanoid
And
Resources.
he's very handsome.
Yes.
Do we have bio pictures on the website?
You and I do.
Are we the only ones?
More or less, yeah.
Incredible. Well, if you ever
we're just so proud of our handsome faces.
I know. If you ever get a chance to scope this hunky boy, though, please do.
I would say you and I have faces for radio websites.
I agree.
Okay.
But anyway, the three of us will be performing as Houndstooth every Wednesday for the next 9 weeks. It's 8 weeks
when you hear this.
At the Annoyance Theater in Chicago at 9:30 p.m. with two other great teams, Mrs. Housefire and Boots.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a hoot.
It's going to be, probably like a hoot, I would say.
I would say a hoot and or a holler.
Yeah. I mean, don't expect both. Like, don't come expecting both, but you might get both.
Yeah. There's a non-zero chance that you'll get a hoot and a holler.
You will get at least one. It's like when you buy a booster pack of Magic the Gathering. Like, you're going to get a rare. Sometimes you might get a mythic rare. Sometimes you might get both if one of them's holographic.
Who knows?
Because it takes the place of the basic energy card. And when I say basic energy, I'm not talking about Pokemon. I'm talking about land.
I know.
I'm talking about mana.
We know. Yeah, that's all. We got any other shows to plug? I don't think so.
I mean, that's the one.
Yeah, that's
the good one.
That is the good one.
We might be down in St. Louis sometime.
Yeah, sometime if you're in St. Louis.
Think about us.
Think about us, and when you least expect us, there will be. But beyond that, I'd like to talk about something else.
Ooh, okay.
Last weekend, I took a trip to the dirty, dirty South. I went to New Orleans. Jessica and I both went to New Orleans.
Jessica?
The official girlfriend of Dilettante Ball. Yeah. It was great. It was lots of it was real gross.
Did you have gross, really?
Yeah.
Why is that? Because it was muddy?
No, just people being fucking skizzard.
Still in January, huh?
Oh. Wow. Well, first of all, it's like hot. So
it's like South. It's the dirty South.
But I mean, noon, people are already
just trashed,
shadracked, and walking around with, and I got one because everyone was walking around with hand grenades.
What is a hand grenade?
New Orleans' strongest drink. Also, the most disgusting drink.
What comes in it?
I don't know. It's just it's like a Sprite slushy, basically.
That sounds awesome.
It's bad. And I went to order one. I was like, yeah, I'll have one. And Jessica was like, oh, I'll probably get one too. And I was like, you should not. And we, between the two of us, drank like half of it, and we're like, oh god. Not only did it like hit us, but it was also
just disgusting.
So gross.
Did you keep the commemorative Fast and the Furious 9?
I did, and it's all I've been drinking out of since we got back. So I'll show you after.
Yeah.
And like on Bourbon Street, we walked down Bourbon Street at like 11 a.m.
Yeah.
As the bars were opening up, they were all like hosing off the sidewalks.
Wow, that's amazing.
Like every single one. It was wild. But also, most of New Orleans was like super awesome.
Okay, cool.
And like very nice and lovely, and the food was dope.
Cool.
And we went on a ghost tour on Friday the 13th,
how
which
was
was
that?
super spooky and awesome.
I see that you're still alive, so sorry.
Or am I?
That is true.
It was great. Jessica got her fortune read.
Wow.
She got like a tarot reading.
Okay.
Which was super cool.
Is she? I haven't seen her yet. Is she still alive?
No.
Whoa.
You will die now. Flipped over the card. She dropped dead. Yeah, I had to carry a lot of luggage home. It was super cool. It was super cool.
Does everyone there live on
an airboat?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I was gonna say a steamboat, but yeah, sure.
Oh, the rich people live on steamboats. Everyone else lives. The 99% lives on airboats.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
Lots of gator stuff. Not Florida gators, but alligator, the creature.
Gator heads.
Yeah, which was. I thought Florida had like the monopoly on gator merchandise, but I was wrong.
I guess. Because they live in a swamp, right?
Yeah, and I ate some gator while I was there, which I've had before.
Sure.
But it was tasty, tough but tasty.
Just like the law.
Yeah. And it was great. So if you're ever...
Did you practice any hoodoo? Did you get yourself a gree bag? Or
No, it was weird because like that... voodoo is very like commercialized there, which
yeah.
is a bummer because like
because you want it to be
people practice it as like a thing, and it would just be like, well, it's the same as like Dia de los Muertos. It's like,
oh sure, yeah,
oh, this shit's cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna paint my face like
yeah, but then there are people who are like, oh, actually,
yeah, like
this is a thing that I do. So
that's interesting. So like all the tourists are coming in and like, oh, look at the cool,
yeah.
But then there are actual like people in like shady, smoky back rooms that are lit by 3 candles. And
on the tour, the woman who like did our ghost tour, and people are fucking liars all the time. So she very well could not have been a voodoo practitioner, but she said she was, and she was like talking about it, and it was super cool.
Interesting.
Obviously, she could have been lying because anyone can lie to you anytime.
Yeah, right.
But
I could scrape together enough information to trick you into thinking
exactly.
Yeah.
But there are people who practice voodoo, and in fact, is
it voodoo or is it hoodoo?
I don't.
There's two different.
I don't
things.
know.
Okay.
And also, apparently, voodoo and Santeria are like the same thing, basically.
Really, I didn't know that.
Just like
a different country.
Yeah. Huh. But it's essentially the same deal.
Interesting.
Learn that on the tour.
There you go.
But it was either the Art Institute or like the Field Museum here. They had like a voodoo exhibit for a while. It was super cool. It was just all about voodoo, and it was very awesome. I don't think it's here anymore.
I love Godsmack, so that's really cool.
Yeah, I'm not the one who's so far away.
Yeah. And you said you went to the Sublime Museum while you were down there?
Yes. Learned all about Bradley.
All about Santeria.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all. It was great.
That sounds great, man. I'm glad you're back, man. I'm glad you didn't get sucked into the swamp.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to pull up an article?
Yeah, I guess we could do that.
Okay. What if the article is just voodoo?
Man.
I want that so bad.
One of these days.
One of these days, it will be germane to our conversation. What if it pops up and it's Jermaine Jackson? I'll take that.
That's the secret. You just gotta throw enough spaghetti at the wall, and eventually you say like, "Oh, there's the connection."
Whoa.
Okay. Yeah, that's good enough for me, baby.
Yeah.
All right. This is bad juju that you just brought into this.
What if it's actually just an article about a vacuum? Steam Devil.
Damn.
Fuck. It sounds so cool already.
I know. I'm like, I don't want to read it because what if it's not cool?
Oh. A steam devil is a small, weak whirlwind over water, or sometimes wetland, that has drawn fog into the vortex, thus rendering it visible. That's pretty cool, actually.
Okay, yeah, we're getting there.
They form over large lakes and oceans during cold air outbreaks when the water is still relatively warm and can be an important mechanism in vertically transporting moisture. They are a component of sea smoke. Smaller steam devils and steam whirls can form over geyser basins, even in warm weather because of the very high water temperature, although observations of steam devils generally quite rare. Hot springs in Yellowstone Park, Jellystone. Hot springs in Jellystone Park produce them on a daily basis. Steam devils have only been reported and studied since the 1970s. That's weird.
Did they just start in the 70s?
Oh, fuck.
What the hell was that thing?
Doug? Yeah, that's very weird. Is that a global warming thing?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe they only happen in like the wilderness. Like no one ever goes to Yellowstone.
Jellystone.
Sorry.
Because all their picnic baskets get stolen.
Yep. Yeah. By the ghost.
They are weaker than waterspouts and distinct from them. The latter are more akin to weak tornadoes over water. That is very interesting. Oh, and the picture is from Lake Michigan. Whoa. I mean, it's not a great picture.
No, it's hardly a picture at all.
It's from 1971, so that's why. But it's Lake Michigan. That's kind of cool.
Why do they call it steam devils? Or any of those things? Like, aren't there like dirt devils or whatever?
Right.
Different models of the same vacuum.
Yeah.
One's for wet dry, one's just for dry.
I mean, probably because people are stupid and they're like, it's the devil.
Man, I wish people, not that people were stupider, but I wish that you and I were more like
stupid,
more like superstitious, like.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you can't leave that out, on a Thursday night because tomorrow it'll hatch and turn into a succubus or whatever.
Yeah.
Like more folk magic sort of like hoodoo voodoo shit.
Or yeah, I mean, or even just getting a tarot reading and being like, I believe this.
I 100% believe this. Yeah.
It was really funny. She was like, "Oh, I'm seeing I'm seeing
the 3 of Cups.
That you travel a lot. Do you drive a lot? Are you in the car a lot?" And Jessica's like, "I don't own a car."
And I love she went, "Well, then what could it be? It must be
shoot."
Like you could like, yeah.
She did. She pivoted very well.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, okay, well, I see you up and down. So do you fly a lot? I see you up and down a lot. And she was like,
up and down. Well, I mean, I guess like escalators, elevators. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Escalators,
For
elevators.
sure. Yeah. Your office is on what, the 7th, 8th floor, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Your office is on the 13th or 14th floor. Okay, so you work on the 15th or 16th floor of a building.
Okay, so you're in a chair. You're up and out of the chair, up and down out of the chair. Mm-hmm. I see that. Yeah.
She
it
did
is a 3 of cups. So
she did a very good job pivoting. But also, I've seen people do tarot readings, and they have like a very specific configuration of
a
cards.
layout of yeah.
Kind of just looked like she
just flipped them over like she was playing solitaire.
Yeah.
See, there's an art to the presentation,
It was.
You need to massage it a little bit.
It was cool. It was cool, but there was a lot of like.
Now, were you just passing it by and you're like, oh, let's go do this tarot reading, or were there like a bunch that you chose a specific one?
There were a bunch, and we wanted to do one just to like do it.
Did you pick one that was like Madame Zuzu's like?
Well, there were like
extra
shops.
planner.
There were like a lot of mystic shops.
Okay.
But those were like $60 for like a 15-minute reading.
Jesus.
But then there were
sell like crow bones and stuff, like do-it-yourself kits.
Yeah.
Like.
But then there were people like camped out. There was like just set up with like card tables and lawn chairs and like shawls over them and like candles lit all around them,
God.
just on the street. So we just went up to the spookiest looking one of those, basically.
Were any of them like grifters, like 3-card Monty style, like?
They give you the wrong fortune, you mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, sure.
I mean, I did see someone doing like a 3-card Monty style
like
thing.
Street games.
Yeah.
Interesting. I saw someone do that on the train once up here.
That's awesome.
It was wild.
Was he grifting the fuck out of people?
I mean, it was like he was doing it. There was like some younger kids like around. He had like clearly an accomplice.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. I was like, I was well away from it, so I wouldn't have to be involved. I could just like observe, like Jacques Cousteau.
I would love to be like, dude, I don't want your money. I just want to be in on this. Like, I'll be your inside man. You keep all the money.
Yeah.
I just want to be on your side.
Right. I just want to be a part of a grift.
Is it illegal? Is grifting illegal?
Big time. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. That's called that's part of soliciting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And soliciting and gambling are prohibited on the CTA.
Mm-hmm. As well as eating and drinking. Which is like, no, I've never seen that rule enforced. None of those rules have ever been enforced.
Oh.
It's like the Wild West.
You might have been with me on the train. There was like a woman who just was eating like a full KFC meal on the train. Do you remember that?
Well, I wasn't.
She looked like she just came from the gym.
Oh, no.
And she was like wearing gym clothes, and she looked
fit
like a normal person.
Yeah, sure.
But then she also just had
like
a full bucket of KFC and like, a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
And like all the sides. And she's just sitting on the train for like 20 stops, just like eating and like talking to the guy next to her. But like having a normal conversation, and but they didn't know each other, and she was like, "Oh, you want a Dr. Pepper?" She like got a can of Dr. Pepper for him. It was like it was fucking wild.
Maybe she went to the gym and she's like, "Okay, you know what? I don't have time.
I earned this."
Well, no, I don't have time to cook dinner. My kids are home. I got my husband's at home. He's busy doing his second job. He's
sure.
He's writing a website right now for another company. He just doesn't have time to do it. You know what? I'm gonna buy some food. And then she called home. No, she called home. And she's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And she just like heard things breaking in the background. So like her son was cussing. She said, "Okay, that's how it's gonna be, huh? I'm gonna eat your damn chicken. These are my sides."
Dumps the bones on the dining room table. Says,
"I met another man. I gave him your Dr. Pepper.
Enjoy."
No, but I did see a guy. Like how cookie dough comes in like logs.
Yeah.
He was just like chowing into a log of cookie dough and washing it down with Mountain Dew.
Oh, God.
He was just sweating. And I was like, "How's your day?"
That's vile anywhere. But on the train is like extreme.
It was crazy, dude. People know what they like,
Yeah. And hey, you can't fault them for that.
You really should.
Yeah, but you can't.
Yeah, but you can't.
I've eaten like a granola bar on the train.
Yeah, I feel like I've never eaten anything stinky or messy.
No, maybe like a snack-sized bag of chips.
Sure,
I've eaten.
Sure.
I don't even know that I've had a beverage on the train. No, I've had probably like a tea or a coffee.
Sure.
Bottle of water.
Mm-hmm. Beer.
Yeah.
For sure. Handle of something.
Yeah. Beer.
Handle of beer. Yeah, I don't know, man. These.
Also in New Orleans, you can just like drink on the fucking street, which is wild.
And it doesn't have to be like in a bag or nothing. You just walk around with like a tall boy.
Yeah.
I'm down with that because it's like, who the hell cares?
Yes. Well, but the thing is, And I don't know if it's just because New Orleans is like a party town or if it's because you can drink on the street, but it was like everyone was just bongoed, you know? So I don't know if we can't be trusted or if it's just New Orleans is like where you go to party.
It's the island at the end of Pinocchio where all the bad boys go.
Pleasure Island.
It's Pleasure Island?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's New Orleans.
But like Savannah, Georgia, there's an area that you can drink on the street. Not the whole city, but there's like a waterfront area.
Okay, just like a party area.
And people were not were not off their gourds there. So maybe it is
They're just drinking wine on a picnic or something.
Yeah.
What is that? How long has New Orleans been a party town? Because there's no way it was always a party town. Or maybe it was.
Well, the first Girls Gone Wild came out in yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it was. Maybe it was like this is because like is New Orleans where the mouth of the Mississippi is?
I believe so.
So I could see that being just like seaside, fucking like pirate hangout style. Like this is where we gamble and drink and like
yeah. We also this was not like it was not fun, but it was very good to see. We went to like the Katrina Museum, which was so interesting and like moving.
I didn't realize that there was one. It makes sense that there would be.
Yeah, it was like it was very moving. So if you're there, you should go. But you know, it's weird to be like, oh, it was great because like it wasn't, but it was. You know, it was.
Yeah.
It did exactly what it should have done, and it was crazy.
That's so interesting.
And then you step outside, and people are just
woo!
Like, yeah.
It's things change in a year.
Yeah,
it's crazy that just happened a year ago. That was like 2005, 2006.
Yeah.
I remember before Katrina made it to New Orleans, it like went across Florida or something, and it was like pretty weak then. And maybe it was basically just like a big like rain shower.
Yeah.
And I remember cutting out the headline of the newspaper. This is like a day or two before New Orleans, and the headline said Katrina dumps on Central Florida, and I thought it was so fucking funny. And then it hit New Orleans. I was like, okay.
Oh, this is not.
It's not very funny anymore.
Yeah, well, it was crazy. Like the timeline of events was like it hit Florida, was nothing. Like I feel like it turned into a tropical storm after it hit Florida, and then it was in the Gulf, and it was like, oh shit.
It was like JK, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was gosh, it was insane. It was insane. That's all. No way to recover from that. As far as our podcast goes,
yeah.
Not the city is very vibrant and doing very well. They recovered. They recovered very, very, very well. Yeah. There's still a long way to go, but I'm saying,
is that true? Are they still like rebuilding a lot of stuff?
I didn't see anything, but I assume that a lot of people are still probably displaced and stuff. You know, or maybe permanently displaced. You know, like they just I just don't live in New Orleans anymore. But I meant it's hard to recover as far as a comedy podcast goes after talking about the Katrina Museum.
Oh no way, dude! Are you kidding me? This is like easy. It's easy. This is nothing. This is the part 2. Like,
sure.
You had to like reset.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Bring it back down.
Don't get too happy out there.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're trying to keep people humble. You know, like on your commute to work, we want to make sure you're really dreading it.
You're just down.
Exactly.
Because hey, work's not going to be fun. That's why it's called work.
Work sucks. All our lives suck.
Yeah.
The best part of your week is listening to us.
Isn't that crazy that the best part of everyone's week is listening to us?
Which makes me feel so bad for like all the babies, that are going to die without ever hearing us and go to hell. Do you ever hear that? Like,
no.
Like people like there are some Christians who are like, no, it's such a shame that like, those babies died, never got baptized, and now they're, in hell. It's a cool religion. Sweet religion. I love your religion.
Well, that's why Catholics invented purgatory, because it's like they'll just go to jail for a while.
How does it work?
Yeah, that's
no. How does it work? Like they go to, like, for example, let's say someone dies like they're 25. Mm-hmm. Do they have to stay in purgatory for 25 years or?
I don't know the ratio.
I need to know
I bet it's longer because it's eternity. So 25 years compared to eternity is like nothing. So it's probably like 25,000 years.
Oh God.
But then
that's such like a shitty, like unnecessary, like.
But then also
punishment,
like. If you're like a good person, you probably get a little time shaved off. It's like,
well, no,
hey, you didn't know, you never heard the good word, but you were still a good person.
Nope. Look, what is it? Faith without works is dead, or whatever. There's faith in those works, and
red touches yellow, kill a fellow.
Kill a fellow, yeah.
Red touches black, also kills Jack.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It sucks that we're going to be in purgatory for 25,000 years.
Does it, though?
I guess it would be pretty cool. We'll be hanging out with, like, everyone.
Literally everyone.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah.
Well, and that's assuming that. No, we already will be there longer than 25,000 years because we're so old already.
Oh, you're right. We're already older than 25.
Best case, we're there for 28,000 years.
Okay, all right. I mean, I guess we just bring a pack of cards and...
I thought you were going to say a pack of cigarettes.
Bring a pack of smokes and just really like...
Did I tell you... Well, I told you because you see me playing with it all the time, but I don't think I mentioned on the podcast.
Your ding-a-ling.
Yeah, this old bean.
This old bean.
For Christmas, Jessica got me a Zippo.
Right.
I don't smoke, but I've wanted a Zippo essentially my whole life because they're the coolest fucking thing ever.
Right. You just want it for like tricks and
now I just have a Zippo that I play with all the time.
Yeah.
And I need to pick up smoking because it's so fucking cool.
Well, what you need to do is pick up hanging around locations that have dynamite barrels or oil trails.
Yes.
That you need a light without being in the room. Mm-hmm. That's their number one use. I think.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you just buy a Bic for 50 cents at a
right. But yeah, I'm just like hanging out. I doing some pretty cool Zippo tricks.
Yeah.
You saw the one, the Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone's pretty tight.
Yeah, it's pretty tight. Is there a slogan for Zippo lighters?
No, they don't need one.
They don't need one.
Made in the USA.
Zippo, made in the USA.
Fuck off.
Fuck off. Made in the USA. Dilettante Ball. Fuck off.
Made in the USA. Smell you later.
So the portmanteau was Pizza Hut calzone.
In my head, I believe so.
It wasn't just pizza
the
calzone, which is what a calzone is.
Yeah, I assume the apostrophe was for Pizza Hut. So, or Pizza Hut cow.
Bob, we oughta baby Pizza Hut.
Thank you for playing Arcade Audio. Play more at arcadeaudio.net.